Imagine waiting for a car crash to figure out your brakes are cut. It sounds ridiculous, but right now, that is exactly how we treat bone health. A recent paper published in PLOS Digital Health, studying over 45,000 people across Singapore and the UK, points out a massive flaw in how we screen for osteoporosis. The current gold standard for checking your bone strength is a DEXA scan, but these X-ray machines are expensive, require trained specialists, and usually doctors only order one after you are already considered high risk. Because we save the test for people already in danger, millions of people walk around with actively thinning bones and absolutely no idea there is a problem. To catch this early, doctors need a backdoor, a cheap, highly accessible way to screen for bone health before any permanent damage is done. Think of the human body like a massive corporation. Even though the departments do completely different jobs, they all run on the exact same underlying infrastructure. If the accounting department, the eyes, starts showing signs of deep structural stress, there is a very good chance the manufacturing department, the bones, is breaking down too. The researchers focused on one specific area to test this, the tiny blood vessels located in the retina, right at the back of the eye. These microvessels are constantly exposed to light and high blood pressure, taking on immense daily wear and tear. That makes them a highly visible proxy for how fast the rest of the body is wearing out. By looking at the health of the retina, doctors are essentially reading the master biological clock for your entire skeleton. To read this clock, the research team used an artificial intelligence program called RetiAGE. The process starts with a standard, non-invasive photograph of the back of the eye, the exact kind you might get during a routine checkup. The AI looks closely at the structural integrity of the blood vessels in that photo and calculates a probability score. Its sole job is to guess if the person's biological age is older than 65. The researchers then put this AI to the test in two phases. First, they took the AI's calculated eye ages and compared them directly against actual DEXA bone scans for nearly 2,000 older adults in Singapore. Then, for Phase 2, they tracked the future bone health of 44,000 healthy adults in the UK over roughly 12 years, watching to see who eventually developed osteoporosis. Taking data from over 45,000 people acts as a massive stress test, proving whether or not a quick eye photo can reliably predict long-term skeletal failure. This chart shows exactly what they found in Phase 1. As the AI's estimated retinal age goes up, the physical density of the bones in the hips, pelvis, and femurs steadily drops, and the Phase 2 data was even clearer. For every standard unit of accelerated aging the AI saw in the eye, the patient had a 12% higher risk of developing osteoporosis. The software flagged this heightened risk years before anyone in the UK group experienced an actual bone fracture. To make sure the AI wasn't just guessing based on obvious health traits, the researchers adjusted the math for smoking habits, body weight, and calendar age. The prediction stayed completely accurate. By analyzing the tiny vessels in the retina, the AI turns a routine eye exam into a highly sensitive early warning radar for the skeleton. The big idea here is something called opportunistic screening. Instead of making a whole new appointment, doctors could just use the eye tests you are already getting to look for hidden health risks. Imagine going in to update your glasses prescription, and the software automatically flags you for preventative bone treatments entirely in the background. Now, we have to be clear about what this data actually means. An aging eye does not cause your bones to become brittle. While the eye and bone are separate tissues, their networks degrade on parallel timelines, both responding to the stress of systemic aging. Because this AI was trained on a specific population, it needs wider testing across diverse global ethnicities to ensure accurate calibration. It is also important to mention that some of the researchers involved hold financial stakes in the AI companies used for this study. But while those corporate ties exist, they do not change the physical X-rays and hospital records gathered from 45,000 independent patients over a decade. Ultimately, the human body cannot hide how it is aging. The smartest, fastest way to predict the structural future of your skeleton is hiding right behind your eyes.